facing these horrific allegations here of murder. Tonight we're learning from prosecutors this case may be rapidly expanding.
It ain't even about rap no more. It got so deep, we gotta get out of New Orleans.
New Orleans rapper AiA Litt was released from jail Friday afternoon after flourishing entrepreneur Shawn Cotton, owner of one of the most popular platforms on the internet, SayCheeseTV, paid his $500,000 bond and signed the talented artist. From being the most underrated teenage rapper in New Orleans to becoming the most feared teenage rapper the city has ever known, the 18-year-old rapper AiA Litt has gone from studio sessions to gruesome alleged street shootouts and getting charged with second-degree murder. Despite what this young rapper has been through, many still dare to question why he's the most feared rapper in New Orleans. Keep watching till the end of this video to see why AiA Litt is the most feared rapper in New Orleans. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. AiA Litt arrest history. AiA Litt has been in prison several times, but none of his charges have been as gruesome as the previous charges he faced in June 2021. At 15, he spent 6 months in jail for aggravated assault with a firearm, but that wasn't enough to keep rappers and his ops scared of him. With his recent records, rappers are thinking twice before double-crossing Litt.
Ain't nothing stopping now. It's like it got too deep.
In January 2022, while Litt was still 17 years old, he was arrested and charged as an adult with second-degree murder in the death of an unidentified victim. In May 2021, the unidentified victim, who was from AiA Litt's ops hood, Terrytown, was walking in the 2900 block of South Monterey Court on May 2, 2021, when a vehicle pulled up on him and began shooting. Sadly, the victim was shot at close range, and before help came, he had already passed away. Litt was arrested alongside another man identified as Maurice Lumar. According to reports, Lumar was accused of being the getaway driver, while Litt's alleged role in the shooting is unknown. Litt, however, remained in jail from January to September 2022, and while he was there, he turned 18. Although further details of the trial are yet to be revealed, it is believed that Litt would be tried as an adult. AiA Litt, however, had some big names in the industry to vouch for him. Being supported by one of the top dogs in the rap industry is enough reason to keep other rappers scared. So when Shawn Cotton showed up to pay a $500,000 bond fee to get Litt out of jail, it certainly put Litt on a high pedestal among rappers. In fact, some rappers began showing their respect for Shawn Cotton and AiA Litt after his release was announced. Rapper Bandman Kevo was one of the first rappers to comment on Litt's release. With a fire emoji, Bandman Kevo reacted to Litt's release from jail. 1960 PM, who goes by the stage name Pac-Man the Gunman, also commented by saying, "S Cotton been solid since I met cuz," while another rapper, AOKD, said, "He been solid, he always gave me a chance when some people didn't." Not only did Shawn Cotton pay a $500,000 bond fee for AiA Litt, but he's also made sure that Litt will be supported now that he's out on bond. He was seen at Litt's mom's house, and to top it off, he offered to get Litt some cash and what he wanted.
You want cash or you want cash? Yeah. I'm gonna have to go to the bank.
AiA Litt's dark gang history. Not only has his hard bars and flows made rappers avoid getting in trouble with AiA Litt, but his gang history at such a young age has proved to rappers in the industry that his experience in the street is enough to keep his name off their lips. Litt grew up in the 7th Ward, New Orleans, which he described as a place that had its moments. He no doubt has a long history of doing horrible things around his city. But when he was asked about it, Litt said that growing up in 7th Ward was neither good nor bad because the city was a bit of both. His gang life began in the teenage years in the streets of 7th Ward, but unlike other rappers out there who were forced by their fathers to become gang members or simply raised in that light, Litt wasn't forced into the streets. Rather, he was pushed into the streets, into the violence, the goons, and the street madness. And at only 15, he had already learned how to stay strapped wherever he went. Litt didn't realize how deep he'd gone into the streets until he started getting into fights with people at school. According to him, those fights built up to retaliation, and he and his ops began fighting each other every day until their fists were no longer doing the talking, and guns and weapons began to sound a lot louder than their punches. Being involved in the street life has opened him to a life of troubles daily. And according to Litt, there's no possible way to avoid getting in trouble while living in New Orleans. He revealed in an interview that his ops were never going to gun him down, and the only way they'd get at him was if they sent someone from his circle. Litt mentioned in the interview that he wasn't untouchable because karma is real, and fans of the rapper couldn't help but assume that Litt's reference to karma was his way of saying that he knows something is coming because of his past. As he grew in the street world, Litt became a member of one of AiA Bacatown, making him a B. AiA Litt beef history. While many rappers in the industry beef with only their fellow rappers, AiA Litt, even at his young age, has shown that he has no fear of major rappers, and he would rather beef with the toughest gangsters on the streets of New Orleans than beef with rappers in the industry. Litt has been a menace on the streets since his early teenage years. Many of his ops have been out to get him, but they've all failed. As his prominence in the rap industry rose, so did his credits on the streets, and of course, his ops multiplied. In no time, Litt became the most targeted op to one of the craziest gangs in the west side of New Orleans. The streets have not only described him as the best teenage rapper in New Orleans, but they also call him a menace who has made life tough for his ops on the streets of New Orleans. Litt and members of his gang, the Cutoffs, who also go by the Apes, terrorized the NOLA gangs so badly that they became targets of major gangs like 9th Ward CTC and Uptown NOLA. Although Litt has mostly picked up trouble with gangsters in the streets of New Orleans, he's also had beef with some rappers on the side. In fact, he had beef with a teenage rapper, Lil Kev, who was from Kenner. Sadly, Lil Kev was assassinated right in his hood. He was shot and killed on February 17, 2021, when he was only 16 years old. Lil Kev's lifeless body was found lying on the ground outside an apartment in the 900 block of East Monterey Court, Terrytown. Shortly after Lil Kev's death, AiA Litt released a track titled Lil Kev. The track was a diss to Lil Kev and his ops, and in the song Litt rapped, "That Kev smoked that to the guts." The track Lil Kev has over 330k streams on SoundCloud and over 150k views on his YouTube channel. With his diss track to Lil Kev, AiA Litt made a statement that he wasn't afraid to diss rappers or gangsters, whether they were dead or alive. Would you be scared of AiA Litt if you were a rapper? Join the conversation and let us know in the comments section below.